My name is Bausa. At the moment, I've been working in Foster & Partners, and I've been there during the last 4 years doing environmental design and also computational design within a disposition called Species Modeling Group. The thing is that I'm here because during all these years, my wife and me were thinking, because both of us were designers, that there must be something else in terms of design that we can do, because when you're an architect, you have a mindset that is very helpful to tackle design tasks, and we were thinking that what we are using at an architectural scale can be also scaled down and do something that could be more applicable for, I don't know, something a person can wear, something that's more like a human scale. And that's why we started thinking on creating something a little bit more wild in terms of design, and that's where the idea of Wild Design Studio is coming from. So from there we start building our own projects, our own designs in our free time. So we're taking all possible gaps in our agenda. After working long hours for other offices like Foster's and Heatherwick Studio, that's where my wife has been working, we decided to start building our own things and create like a portfolio. That is what we are presenting here in Chaos Group conference. For us, it's super important that you can communicate your geometries in a kind of visually appealing way. So we were thinking that the best way to communicate something fast out of your computer is making like beautiful images, and that's why it's so important for us to use like rendering engines like V-Ray, for example, because it gives you a lot of control over the image quality, and then you can transmit an idea to your audience or to your clients that they can start dreaming with the shape that you are developing. Because if you develop something but you don't communicate it like nicely, it's always complicated to kind of sell it or kind of inspire people with what you're doing. And also we like to use these tools in order to explain, like, and foster students from other universities to make them understand how important it is that if you are good at making design, it's also very important that you're able to communicate this design with beautifully appealing images. I think now the future for visualization is kind of turning more into virtual reality and augmented reality, because when you're a designer, it's super important that you can help your clients or your audience to really experience what you're designing. If it's an interior, it's great that people can walk inside of the interior, feel the quality of the light and everything. That's why it's so important to use like this kind of rendering engines. And it's also important that you're able to show them that they can have their design in a hand. So augmented reality is an amazing tool to explain how this object is going to look like in their hands or basically in their space. Because we also like work not only in kind of fashion industry, but also like in the ornamental design of elements that people can have in their houses or workspaces and everything. Also, it's important that to get in touch with the industry, because as designers we are using the tools that software developers are creating, but if you get in touch with them, you can basically explain them what you're after, and with these things they can make a more robust product, because that can be very useful for other architects and designers. Because when you communicate what you want to do, and if you miss something and you tell them, listen, I would like to do that thing, is it possible to have that option implemented in the next release? And they're really happy to collaborate with you. And we have found that Chaos Group is very, very keen to listen to designers and architects in order to make changes in the software to release like better products in the next generations.